Hi guys, today we're going to go over the Silverlight Compression Library. It's a brand new library that lets you open, extract from, create, and add to zip files within your Silverlight application. In this introductory video, we're going to go over one of those features, how to extract from a zip file currently on your machine. To show you how that would work, let's go over to Visual Studio. Let's take a look at how this is set up. If you go over to the references area, you'll see that we have one single reference to the Silverlight Compression DLL. If you go to the actual XAML markup, you'll see that there's not much here. There's just some layout elements for the grid. You'll see a list box that's going to show the list of items that's in our zip file. You'll see an image that's going to be a preview area so you can see what the image looks like that's contained in the zip file, and you'll see a stack panel with two buttons. Let me run this and show you what this application does. Once this application is loaded, let me begin by opening a zip file. I have a zip file sitting here that has a couple of icons, and you'll see once I loaded that zip file, you'll see a series of items all with the various images that are contained inside of it. You'll also notice as I click on each of these items, you'll see the image of these contained items being displayed. What if you want to actually save one of these items? Let's select Close 32 and click on the Extract and Save Selected button. Once I do so, I'll get a little dialog that pops up, and let's call this Close Icon. If I click on the Open Zip file to see if the file was saved, you'll see that it's now there. Close icon is now located as a PNG file. So how does all this work? Let's go to the code behind so you can see. Back in Visual Studio, let's start going over the code that makes all this possible. In this event, you'll see that we're using an open file dialog. If an item is selected, we do an open read on the file and pass that into the constructor for the zip file. Once that item is read in and a zip file has been created, all we do is just clear the entries for the list box and set the item source to the entries collection on the zip file. If you move over to the next event for selection change, you see a couple of other things being done in addition. You'll see that based on the item that's selected, we're extracting a zip entry, which is one of the files that will be created or contained inside the zip. And then you'll see that we use a CRC calculator stream to actually extract the file from the zip file. And once we extract the file, you'll see that we write the data to a temporary store and then load that back up. And then once we do that, you'll see we grab the bitmap from the file stream from isolated storage, and then we set the source of the image control to this bitmap. The last event that we want to take a look at is that second button click. In there, we're using a save file dialog, and then we're just grabbing that same entry as before. A little further down, you'll see that we're using the CRC calculator stream object to extract the contents from the zip file. Once we do so, we just create a stream to write out to that file. So in this sample, you saw a couple of ways to work with the compression library: how to pass in streams to the constructor to actually create a zip file, the entities that are housed inside the zip file, and how to extract from a zip file and to push that out finally to your application storage or even to your file system. Remember, there's a lot of other features in the compression library. There's the ability to add password protection. You can also do things like setting the compression level for things like best compression or fastest compression. There's also a lot of other scenarios that you could use this for. Maybe you want to maximize your usage of the application storage. Maybe you want to zip up your contents before you put it there. Maybe you want to limit the size of the items that you send through the wires, so you would zip it up prior to sending that content over the web. Whatever it may be, this brand new library has a lot of the features that you would need to manipulate zip files.
Infragistics. On the web at infragistics.com.